Welcome, welcome. So we're talking about the Gemini new moon, which happened last night, 11:02. If you're on my time, Eastern Standard Time. It happened in the middle of the night. If you're on, Central Time, whatever time in the world you are, do the math. And I didn't even put Lilith into consideration, but she did come up first thing. This is why why I always consult in tarot. Well, with anything really, and God. Combined, they work wonders. So, Lilith is Adam's first wife, who was considered or is considered both the demon and the goddess of darkness. So, through her capacities of seduction, she has the ability to attract and to tempt, to offer pleasure, but to also reveal the wisdom and the truths hidden in the shadows. So, although she could be associated with a person, Lilith takes the form of any temptation, of any kind, temptations, any temptations. She represents the invitation to get out of the comfort zone, to remove filters and naivete, and to embrace the unknown, the dangerous, the adventure, to have experiences. And Lilith, she is very mysterious, you see, with the darkness, and seductive, fascinating, but proactive, biting her apple or accepting her offer. There's no turning back. Like, once you do it, it's done. And because her journey goes from agony to ecstasy and back. So she may be the antidote that you need to get out of this comfort zone, to evolve, to experience. Or she may be the one who leads a person through their darkest areas, to accept them and to transform. So get ready, because Lilith is in conjunction with this new moon right as we speak, and we're going to see what kind of energies this holds for you. Like I said in the description, you can check. We're going to go by sign, and you can go by your sun sign. You can also check your rising sign, your moon sign, and your Mars and Venus if you want to see, more in depth. What up, Raul? Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Yes, we're staying blessed. No less. Hello, Grand Rising Cat. How you doing? We're going to see what this Gemini new moon has to offer. We got the gold foiled tarot. We got the transparent revelations with this transparent symbols. The light seers tarot. We're going to start off as usual with the collective reading to see how this will affect us on a collective level. Being that Gemini is about communication and community and, neighbors, siblings, family, love, relationships. So we're going to step in and, we put the new moon and we're getting rid of the old. We're saying bye to this, looking at the new. We're planting new seeds. And I heard you are the seed being planted. And then I seen you like break out of this darkness into this, the sun. Yeah, it's like a whole new perspective. So let's see what the tarot has to say for this collective new moon as we speak. I guess we'll take these. The Two of Wands in reverse, and then I seen a bull. I seen a bull like keep charging at this door, and it keeps charging and it keeps charging. Perhaps we are charged or fueled by anger at this time, or perhaps we should watch our anger. Something about this. We'll see what the cards have to say. We do have the Ten of Wands, so we're moving. We're moving, or we're carrying a whole bunch. Look at all the the weight she's carrying. And there's that bowl. And this is the Ten of Wands. Usually with the tens, we're coming to an end. Like I said, with this new moon, we're planting new seeds. Let's see, for clarification of these cards, we'll use these cards. And to see through to the transparent, what's hidden under these symbols, in the transparent symbols for this new moon collective, conjunct Lilith. One more. All right, two more. Oh, and there's like, I heard shot to the heart, but perhaps we'll see. We'll see. That goes over the door. I think this is the burst through the door. Yes, this is bursting right through the door, and we'll see what those signs are. I know this is a scar or some kind of pain. Like I said, we're releasing this. Let's see for overall energy from the Starseed Oracle. The overall energy for this new moon collective. Forge, don't follow, and it's in reverse. It says pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. And it's in reverse, which the green is really on the bottom, with the purple, which is this higher mind, and the green is really coming from the heart. Perhaps this is what we're saying, what this is telling us, to build our foundation based on what our heart truly desires. And perhaps this is what this moon is all about. You know, this is, all these came up. Now, all these in the deep subconscious are hidden, all these behind this. Like, there's something hidden in this. This is why I pulled out this. It's almost like a choice with this card. I don't know if you can see it, but this is like this road and this road, almost like we're at a crossroads. Usually when this is passing it, this is saying the same thing. Like, we have two sides. Like, I heard two sides of the coin, or, you know, the dark side and the light side, what we can see, what we can't see. And this is like some kind of transparent. Perhaps this has something to do with some, I heard an invitation, some kind of communication. Now we have another two. The moon comes up in reverse, so perhaps this is the dark side of the moon. And for the third card, ooh, the High Priestess. All right, so making this choice, perhaps we are making a choice to leave, to pack our bags, to walk away, to not carry this anymore. Or perhaps the choice, making this choice, is bringing this type of Ten of Wands feeling where it's, we're packing it. I heard packing it tough, and then I just see this bowl like trying to burst through this door of the Two of Wands in reverse. Hey, Yellow Tooth. What up, everybody? If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. I'm holding this here. I see a lot of twos and a lot of beginnings. Like I said, with this, you see the moon here and here. It's almost as if this choice is flipping this moon from this way to this way. Or perhaps it's like, okay, this and this. We're like the dark and the light. And perhaps it does have to do with releasing some kind of fear or emotion, or tapping into the deep subconscious. With the moon in reverse, it's as if all of these secrets, or what's hidden here in the High Priestess, behind this choice, or beyond this, the path that we're forging, is this, what's hidden under here. Because it's as if we're going to see through to the truth of both what's hidden in the darkness and what we can already see. Perhaps this is what we're letting go of the Two of Pentacles in reverse, because then we have this as if we can see now. Well, before, as we couldn't see, now we can see. Perhaps this is us making the choice to change, the choice to walk away. With the Death, This is some kind of portal into newness. You know, perhaps it's as if we're standing up for ourselves. We are fighting these thoughts that we have, and both the death and the fool, we're coming into something new, following our intuition. And by us following our intuition and being in the now, it's as if we're, you know, having faith in the spirit. It's as if it takes us from this into the clear. I want to read what these words are on top of this Two of Pentacles, like we're reassessing something. Perhaps it's in the deep subconscious. You know, the smash up here was the infinite, and this is death, rebirth, continuity, eternal, transformative, profound, conscience, subconscious, flow, evolution, creation. So perhaps there is like a burst in it that this is the bull coming through, and this is our persistence, our stubbornness, our willingness to not back down, to keep fighting, to stand up, to see the both sides. It's like 1 1 1 2. It's like we're seeing both sides, and I kept, this reminds me, and I'm like, I keep seeing doubles of things. Like if I see a 1 1, I see a 2 2. You know, it's a 1 1 2 2, something like this. So the infinite represents the permanent flow of everything that exists. So it's almost like a breakthrough, this permanent flow. Like there's a breakthrough. There's a detachment, taking and giving. Vibration 8. This is like the, you know, the lemons cake. So nothing is fixed, everything is in motion, and this means progress and evolution. Relationships, occupation, situations that do not go in the direction of evolution are opposed to life itself, as such are subject to force change. Meaning, if you ain't going to change or make a choice and follow your intuition, a change will be made for you. No matter how much you try to block it, this is in between the death and the fool. It's inevitable. This change is bound to change, and this is some kind of Uranus, Taurus interaction with this Gemini, and we're changing the subconscious. The infinite shows the ability to go on indefinitely, to be detached from the second it was, and to progress. When the flow is activated, the speed which everything is aligned and synchronized is huge, and the energetic wave carries the being higher and higher. And the higher you get, the higher energies you attract, as within, so without. So in this sense, if there are ballast or situations that hinder evolution, they must be faced to the end, aware and alchemized, transformed from pain, frustration, or fear into the engine of regeneration and total transformation. And this is what's coming. This is like boom, bang, right on that. And what we're letting go of, this what we have to reassess, and this is the new moon, or let go of, drop the both. It's this energy behind the Two of Pentacles in reverse, and I'm not sure what it is. It's this one that has all the writing. It reminds me of communication or some kind of invitation or something of the sort. This book is a bitch when trying to find things like this. It's not like it goes in alphabetical order, or, you know, it has a name. So I guess if it doesn't want me to find it this way, we'll keep on going on, and maybe we'll find it at the end. It reminds me of some kind of communication or invitation. And perhaps there's something hidden, or we're missing it, or we're skipping over it, or we have to assess both the good and the bad, both the negative and the positive. It's as if there are some kind of positives and the negatives, and some negatives in the positives, or vice versa. Yeah, we'll look at it later. We'll get into this. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Oh, so for the overall energy, forge, don't follow, pave the new path, be a leader you wish you had. And like I said, this is basically going off the foundation, because we're seeing the truth of our intuition, and really see, it's like no matter what anybody says, we're trusting our intuition, and this is what this leading by our heart is taking us to a different level, a whole nother level of our psychicness, perhaps, where, it's as if we're leveling up, and I see you getting crowned. We get crowned because we made this choice, or because we stepped into this. We're being crowned, leveling up. New leader. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? I say grand rising, grand rising. This ain't no morning good. Let's see. We'll just go in order. And if we have time, we'll take some personal questions. See, this Gemini new moon. Right now, it's energy. We'll start with Aries. There it is. Aries. So yeah, this is Aries. This could be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever. 8 of Wands. So this is a lot of movement. A lot of movement. A lot of movement, especially when it comes to security. And this card came out again. The communication. We got to figure this out. That's what it's telling us. To don't give up. Be like that bull, to keep on bursting down. And then I see a big button. This is the 10 of Pentacles, where it's like maximum security, abundance, and it's as if we're tying up some kind of loose ends when it comes to really sucking out what we don't want from this. It's like, okay, this don't go, perhaps that's the button, or maybe there's buttons being pushed, and I see the tree of life, how it all stems from the divinity, and perhaps we are to surrender to some kind of ending. And I see the Ouroboros, where he's eating his own tail, Perhaps this does have something to do with your health, telling you to focus and to be more grounded, because here it's like you're floating in the air, where this hanging here, as the world almost resisting. It's almost like I see you hanging here, but you're wiggling and you're trying to get out. But it's as if we're being hung here. I heard to dry, perhaps, but I was thinking to really look at all the seeds that we planted, and to see, what's coming up. This is really taken out. It's like pulling the weeds, or what doesn't belong. One of these things is not like the rest. And this is going to lead us on a different path, apart from the rest with this. Or perhaps this is breaking some kind of commitment. Like I said, Aries, we're moving fast with the 8 of Wands. And I told you I've seen the Hangman, but now she's upright. So perhaps going through this, going the other way, forging a new path. As this Hierophant, it's as if, we trusted in the spirit. We broke free from this. It's as if we elevated these steps, and that we came up with this, I heard a revolution. Maybe a revolution, but that's not what I was talking about. So yeah, perhaps it's a revolution. Both of these fours, the 4 of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups. So this really tells me to let go of this. you know, this board wanting. You have something so magical and full of life. It's just really about gratitude. Really about gratitude. Focusing on gratitude. Perhaps we are communicating gratitude. I'm going to look for this one more time. We're being like the bull. Because there's a strong message in here for us. Bang. Communication. It is the communication one. Talking words, reminiscing. And this Gemini energy, right? Told, informed, written, letter, news, message, monologue, dialogue, liberation through words, auto-suggestion, affirmations, transmission, emission, reception. Need to speak, the power of the word. So it says the first was the word, but it wasn't. The wisdom came before the word. This Proverbs 8. A single word has the power to create or destroy. Communication is an essential process of maintaining interpersonal connections, being one of the keys to success in everything that is undertaken. Everyone feels the need to communicate because of life without sharing would be an endless series of frustration. We would not know how to express our needs or how to understand the needs of those around us. Through communication, thoughts, opinions, emotions are expressed, secrets are shared, intentions are declared, help is requested, or knowledge is transmitted. When the flow of communication is stopped, when what is inside is not expressed, when we're waiting for a word to change a life or explanation, there is uncertainty, fear, frustration, ignorance, unawareness, and dissociation, breaking ties. And this was in reverse, so perhaps we are letting go of this. And it's almost as if we're communicating more with the spirit or with our internal, eternal, our higher self, the divine. Grand Rising, Snickle, Fritz, and everyone else who's here. I say Grand Rising, this ain't no morning good. If you're new, make sure you hit subscribe. We're going through seeing how this new moon is affecting you through the signs. You can check your sun, moon, rising, or you can go through the houses, you know, in Aries, how it'll affect your first house, how it affect you. Now, the second house, how's it going to affect your money, or if you are a Taurus, like me, the bull. Let's see how it's going to affect you. I see those hearts. I feel that love. Yeah, hit that like button, y'all. Alright, Taurus. Your finances in the second house. Taurus, Gemini, Moon. And I'll take it. Alright, lingering over from Aries with the Six of Pentacles. It's as if we're holding on to things that aren't giving us what we're giving them. Or perhaps we're letting go of that with the Nine of Wands. And look, the Ten of Pentacles right behind that. So the same energy of, you know, this is the tough love guide. The tough gov. Maybe it is the tough gov with the 9 and the word. This is like responsibility for some kind of security, or perhaps it's like getting us to see how we brought something together, a community or a family or something. Perhaps it's like taking responsibility for some kind of security or abundance or the maximum amount. Maybe this is really like building a fence or knocking it down, perhaps. Here it's like we're standing behind that. like blocking it. But here it's like everything knocking down. Perhaps when we do knock this down and take responsibility, full responsibility of our security, let go. It's as if we're releasing. Maybe we do have to take one of these things out. It's like this, like one of these things is not like the rest. This isn't like this, or, this has to go. And it's as if we have to do it from the roots, like weeding, taking something out that doesn't belong, perhaps to raise our vibration so that we can have the maximum amount of security. And this reminds me of the Emperor, where we are creating boundaries. We're creating boundaries, and then I look up and I see silence. Perhaps this is what the world in reverse, we're really tying up these loose ends, figuring out, this full circle, breaking cycles that goes from the ace to the 10, all in the same thing. This type of thing, it's like breaking some kind of cycles, and I heard really letting the blood drip to the head. Perhaps we're releasing something. Yeah, it's like focus on that one to attack all these, and it's not like we're ignoring these or focus on this, but it's like this one is going to, it's like one of these truths is going to eliminate all of these lies. And perhaps that's why the Queen of Swords is telling, this is telling us it's a good time to communicate with ourselves, to be honest, to speak the one, It's like I see us like hearing somebody and they're lying to us, and we're just like, okay, we're just walking away. We're like not even paying that anymore. It's like we can't be got by the devil. What up, Devin Fisher, Ambassador? How are you, El Toro? We're just speaking about the bull. Alright, 1111-2724. 1111-2727. Alright. Gemini. For Gemini, new moon. Let's see. Oh, we have Cancer energy with the Chariot coming through, and this is this bull energy. Here I always see him holding a little red thing for the bull to come, and this is this persistence with the Nine of Wands, and perhaps we're finally taking responsibility. We're finally taking some kind of action. With the Page of Pentacles, we could be learning something new about the keys inside you all along. You're something magical. There's something magical. The key to unlocking the subconscious. It's as if it was blocked, or there's a missing letter to this formula. There's some kind of clouded information, or perhaps a lie. And this is telling us that with this new daily routine, doing the same thing every day, this slow and steady progress, coming in out of the cold, breaking free from codependency, and seeing that you are all that you need, you have everything inside of you, brings you to unlock some kind of mysteries within some kind of formula. And this formula, yeah, you definitely need to unlock this formula, because this formula will stop us from going back. It's as if we're holding on, and by us holding on, it's blocking the portal. Or perhaps this is what we're doing, burning down some kind of thing. With the Eight of Cups, it's as if we're coming back to the ashes, like, or to make sure, like, is it really burnt? Like, is it really dead? And perhaps this is this, and maybe this is what opens up the portal. Not sure, but perhaps this is what we're doing. releasing something from the past, something that we were attached to emotionally, that had some kind of portal block that stopped us from moving forward. And I really feel it's like this scarcity mindset. It's like once you have the last letter of the formula, you can figure out, it's like we know the sum of the equation now. Alright, and now's this Gemini's season to figure out these, like, equations and things of the such. You know, it's real intellectual, and, you know, we're finding a strategy, working away. Alright, let's see. Gemini, Cancer, all you Cancers. All you Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. How is this new moon in Gemini affecting us Cancers? Or you in the 4th house, you at home, your family, people close to you. Cancer, Gemini, new moon. Oh, there's definitely an imbalance, and you got the 2 of Pentacles too. The injustice, perhaps you've been wronged. There's been an injustice with the 8 of Cups. I see you walking away. Yes. All right. Yes, Cancer. So perhaps Gemini, this is what's coming next for you. You know, we're finally walking away, entering the portal. It's as if we're freeing ourselves from some kind of curse or some kind of magic spell. Perhaps you put it on yourself like you didn't even know, but you know, the power of words, like we were talking about that communication card, something about the power of words. Maybe you said something about somebody else, and it's like, okay, what goes around comes around. It's like, okay, because you put that out, it came back tenfold. Something about this, but this is now broken. This is now broken. We're in this nest of healing. And I heard the Spirit brought us here. It's as if we're healing from, you know, this tyrant. A broken heart. Yeah, we're healing from this. We're breaking cycles. We're breaking cycles, walking away from this. And I heard, don't look back. It's as if we were wrongly accused or really mistreated, or perhaps we're just imbalanced, like our thoughts and our values are imbalanced, or perhaps there was a just injustice or a lie that we're telling ourselves about reassessing our foundation about what's new, what we want, what's good, what's bad, or about this, like, oh, play a little, think a little, feel a little. Let's see. For Miss Cancer, hey Sammy, Zach. Yeah, so with the two of Pentacles in reverse and the injustice, we really are releasing. It's as if we're releasing some kind of cycle. We're breaking cycles, coming into our own as the 9. Now we can see everything that's behind this, like what's behind our wishes, what's behind our soul. And it's as if we're coming in. Perhaps this is the deep subconscious. This injustice is bringing us to the truth of what's behind our gratitude. With these in the deep subconscious, there is some kind of uncertainty or some kind of lie, or maybe this is something I heard off with your head. This is a separation that needed to occur, so that way you know what's good to plant, what's not, what goes good together. Happy birthday. What goes good together and what doesn't. And yeah, happy birthday, Gemini. Cancer, with the Queen of Swords, this is some kind of lion. Perhaps this is a mother wound or some kind of bitch that's really making you look and think at like, okay, what do I want to plant where and how? You know, with this Queen of Swords, perhaps this is you lying to yourself, or, you know, there's some kind of injustice. Maybe it's like she's trying to cut off what you plan and creating a separation, but this is needed to see some kind of lie, or, you know, it's as if we have a missed opportunity, or perhaps it's like, okay, no communication. You get this crown because of this injustice, or somebody did. And perhaps, I think it's this queen. It's like, okay, she gets her crown took. Because of that, now we get to look at the fruits that we planted. Honestly, this is why we're walking away from this. Beautiful. Breaking the curses, the cycle of curses. For some reason, this is coming out. Forge, don't follow. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. The great serving. Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. And this is this. It's like, this queen is trying to bring you just that. Conflict. That's all they want to take you out of your vibration. And we're not letting them. This is why we're building boundaries. And I see the Emperor. It's like we feel the injustice. Alright, that was Cancer. Alright, Leo. All my Leos. Where's all my Leos? All the Leos in the house. This is also the 5th house. How we play, our children, our creative endeavors, pursuits. Alright, for my Leos. Hey, sunshine. For all my Leos for this new moon in Gemini. Alright, yes. It says, I heard surf off. Oh, I just did Geminis. But you're just a Gemini sun, so there's a lot of other houses. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed, guys. So, Leo, we're definitely turning our back to whatever was behind us. And this, like, very forward focusing. And perhaps this Emperor in reverse was behind us. Whether this was a breaking of a contract, or some kind of tyrant or control freak. Or perhaps this is a way we did things. But with the 4, this is almost... I almost feel as though it's like we're sad at a loss that there's this in the deep subconscious. Secrets. Oh wow, we have both of these knights with the 5 of Pentacles. We had the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So we're breaking free. And she's looking at this knight, the Knight of Cups. With this letter, it's almost with this offer of love or some kind of forgiveness, and then this Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So, with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, I see it as like breaking the trail commitment. We're no longer doing the same thing we were doing, and perhaps it is because of this Knight. It's like, or maybe this Knight is trying to follow in this Knight's footsteps, but there's like a broken trail. It's almost as if like he's gone and then he comes with some kind of offer or love or some kind of forgiveness perhaps, or an apology. And with the 5 of Pentacles, it's almost like this is a key. Perhaps this is the key to get into this door. This is why we're no longer outside in the cold. You know, we use our intuition and we connect to this Knight. Whether this could be how we give some kind of message. Perhaps this is how we deliver the message to this Knight. Like we're disconnecting from this codependency, but we're giving this broken, it's like we're breaking the path or releasing this. This could be also a release of a job or loss of money. Maybe he's putting in a lot of money or time. I forget what I was going to say now. But she's looking at all that, like, this is all going on. And while all this is going on, she has this bright, and I heard bright night, like, right beside her. This is really telling us to be grateful for what we have, to focus on what's in front of us. When we focus on what's in front of us, it's like forward movement. We break free from these things. And the High Priestess is under all this, like, really telling us to connect with our intuition, that there's messages from the divine. What up, Leah? How are you? Long time no see. Oh, thank you. It's going. And yeah, see, we have the ace with the judgment in reverse. This is like no more second chances. Come into the self-love, focus on our heart, and focus on really mending our heart. And it's like our focus should be right here on our heart with this. It's as if this is what happens. So no more bad judgment. Leo. It's going. How's everything with you? We're talking about the Gemini new moon. This energy. We're going from Leo to Virgo. Virgo. Okay. Alright, I'm doing all signs for this new moon, so check your moon sign for that answer, or check the 7th house, which is coming up, Libra, after this one. Alright, the 6th house, which is the servitude, our job. This is Virgo energy, where we're putting in the work. And we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So I heard we've fallen off, going a downward spiral, coming from some kind of darkness, an unfortunate event that really it's leading us to some kind of victory and like a roll it forward moving. Perhaps it took us to this where we're at the 2s, you know, where it took us to ground level, where we're starting all over again, where we have to make some kind of decision, some kind of choice. We have 2, 2, 2. Perhaps this is something, some kind of secret coming out, or some kind of hidden knowledge that we get from listening to our intuition. These are like some kind of message or birds. I see like the ravens at Odin, some kind of magical messages that we get by not looking. It's almost as if we're keeping our blindfold on. When it comes to the past, you know, we're getting messages intuitively. It's like we're not seeing the facts right in front of our face when it comes to the past. But when it comes to the future, we come to the 2 of Wands, where we're balanced. We made this choice. We followed our intuition. We have the whole world. It's as if we have a whole new vision, perhaps because of this choice or because of this message. You know, it's like we received the secret. We received the secret of the deep subconscious. Bang. And this, I'm telling you, 2, 2, 2. This is all about partnerships. 2 is all about partnerships. And then when you see it again and again, and it's like triple time, maybe this is 3's company. But I do see couples with a couple and then a kid. But this is the maximum amount, the most amount of happiness and togetherness, and the feeling of just like rainbows and just ultimate love. And it's almost as if like this is what we're manifesting, or what we're dreaming of with the 2 of Wands. This is the forward focus into this happy family. You know, with the Chariot, this is like real successful. You know, we started off from a downward spiral. Perhaps we took a risk, and it really took us to ground zero, which made us open up our eyes to something, get free from something, and it finally gave us the key. Alright, that was for Virgo. 7. House 7. Libra. House of relationships. This is Libra. This new moon in Gemini. Let's see. Alright, Libra. We've got some strings attached, or perhaps we're dealing with some kind of attachment, or shall I say detachment, with it's almost like this is a temptation, like the devil's calling. There's some kind of temptation or extreme desire, you know. He's calling and he's got the strings attached to this little white thing, right? Oh, that's the secret. He's holding the secret, right? Because the first card out underneath all of this in the deep subconscious, is healing this heartbreak and dealing with this King of Wands in reverse, taking everything. We come to the Nine of Swords, and she was like sideways, meaning that we're coming out of this stress, anxiety, thinking all these bad thoughts with this one good one, right? This is the same thing that I see here that's knocking out all of these negative thoughts, all of this fear, the self-doubt, this anxiety, all of these thoughts here in the Nine of Swords. Perhaps we are fearing endings, you know, or fearing this temptation. And it's as if this, of this not listening, it's like, hear no evil, see no evil. Perhaps this has something to do with speaking evil, with our anger, and it's as if there's some kind of gift, but something was taken away. It's like something had to be taken away to be given. I hope you're following along. Libra. So, with Three of Swords in reverse, this reminds me of, like, stitch in the heart. Like, we're really healing some kind of heartbreak. We're mending. We're finally alchemizing this pain. It's like we're turning our pain to gain. It's like turning our emotion into some kind of action. And it feels like painting this picture, a picture of, you know, we were so angry and in pain and in loss and in doubt and all these negative things, but because we expressed ourselves in an authentic manner, you know, dealing with this heartbreak, we alchemized it into something so beautiful. And this really being grateful and accepting the gifts of the spirit, this brings us something into the deep subconscious. What is it? The Three of Cups in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles. So perhaps this has to do with other people. You know, you're not going to be the leader of that group anymore, or you're not even want to be involved. It's like the lack of integrity or control or the ego, something like this. And maybe this is the people that we're dealing with. And it says if we're breaking free, this Three of Cups, this is this outside energy, you know, the lady in red that's always in the mix. And it says if it's like some kind, it's like in the stars, perhaps this new moon, this constellation looks like the Little Dipper, or some kind of a square conjunction to, I want to say your second house, or perhaps the first house, your ascendant, which is this Ace of Pentacles. So perhaps releasing, and by I was going to say exterminating these people or these outside energies, we receive a new seed. And this seed grows a whole new tree with new fruit that have new seeds and new seeds. It's a whole new family. We're setting roots. It's like we're uprooting, like these people have to go, and that's like us digging the hole, preparing for this seed. And by these people leaving, they leave the hole so this new seed can be planted, so new people or whatever this energy is that we're dealing with. It's as if it's bringing us balance with the temperance healing. And I heard stardom. It's as if you don't want to be seen, or this is going to bring us security. Alright, yeah, security on this new path. Hey, Mr. Conjunt, fairest of them all, Farzana. How you doing? Oh my, you have over 3K subs now. That's amazing. Congratulations. Oh, thank you. I was gonna say I did it all for Cookie. I do it all for you guys. You are the reason. Y'all are the reason. Actually, God's the reason. God is the reason. Love is the reason. Alright, where were we at? That was the 7th house of relationships, love, Libra energy. Moving on to the 8th house of transformation. Everything under the surface, this Scorpio energy, in case y'all are wondering what 2 fell out. This Scorpio energy. I always watch readers and they drop a card and I'm like, bitch, I wanted to see what the frick that was. So yeah, in case you're like me. We'll see if it pops up again. See the Ace of Cups. Alright, this is for the 8th house. Big transformation. What are we transforming? What's in the subconscious? What's the big change? Scorpio energy. If you're Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Scorpio for this new moon. In Gemini. What's Scorpio facing this new moon season? Wow. So a lot of hard work, and I heard new rituals, new spiritual rituals, and perhaps this is what we're doing. We're hanging in here. This is Pisces energy. I don't know if Pisces reading will be helpful, or if you're dealing with some kind of Pisces, or this is like real, it's like we're dealing with like real psychic rituals, or like we're working on some kind of it's like the cycles of these rituals, of all these herbs, natural remedies, real grounded energy. And it's as if we're working on not only like experiencing it, we're mastering it. We're mastering it by putting it into effect, like putting, I see you putting like soda and this mixed with this, and then this like exploding, and you know, we're actually doing the experimenting with the 8 of Pentacles, you know, and perhaps this is experimenting on new spiritual rituals, because we're learning these runes, a different language, a different way to communicate, a way to open up to see this from a different perspective. We are surrendering. We're surrendering. No more working for the devil. And this reminds me of this Gemini reading where it's like, okay, I quit, devil. I'm no longer working. I'm cutting these shorts, these swords, perhaps these strings. And I was thinking of this. Perhaps it is a mental connection with the swords, you know. We're cutting these chains, these swords, these cords to the devil, to this addiction, whatever this toxic is. Ooh, codependency, a break from this, like, oh, I can't do it, or this scarcity feeling. We're coming in to this, it's like a new language or a whole new perspective. And it's a connection with the spirit, because we're coming in as the Queen of Cups, you know, after this. So And look how peaceful she is. Okay, we're coming from the depths of this storm with these dark clouds coming up with the Wheel of Fortune, which is this fortunate event, but it's bringing not only the good but the bad too. With the Five of Cups, it's as if all that's dead and gone, lost, all that's good. And perhaps this is what's bringing the spiral upward. You know, we're leveling up with the Wheel of Fortune. We're going through some kind of change, and we're going through it like accepting, receiving, and perhaps this is like a new like psychic. It's like we're doing something with our hands, like we're a battery, and maybe something with water, that we're connecting water to this and this part, and it's making like a circuit, and it starts with this spiral up. It's like bringing one to one with the other, and it's bringing some kind of circuit, bringing us some kind of new psychic ability. And it's, this is this gratitude where we're really, it's like we're no longer, it's like we're burying all the old things and we're focusing on what we have. And this is when we accept this love. It opens up something in the deep subconscious. Oh, the Knight of Wands. And this is this where we're finally expressing ourselves. We're brave. We are bravely jumping into the deep subconscious. And this is giving us some kind of knowing. Like I said, it's opening up a different level, some kind of knowledge, some kind of deep information that it's giving us some kind of courage or inspiration, fire, the action. And perhaps it's giving us the action to surrender. And this is what this is. We're finally acting to not act. And perhaps it is controlling our anger and just being in this Queen of Cups where it's like, I'm offering love and forgiveness and compassion, and I'm the mother, and this is the new rituals that we're working on, and this is what's going to help open up and break these chains. This is a nature transformation. Scorpio coming into this Queen of Cups energy is beautiful. Hey, Chuck Barkley. How long will the process be? We'll see. We're going to the 9th house, which is Sagittarius energy. It's our big wishes, big dreams. This is the bigger picture. Seeing it, I heard from a higher up, and then I heard dream bigger. Oh, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars for this new moon in Gemini. What do we need to hear, Sag? There's that new moon with the 4 again. It's as if some kind of secret's coming out when we accept this from the spirit, when we're finally grateful. And there's the justice. There's some kind of injustice. The scales are imbalanced. There's a liar. There's a mother. I heard a wicked stepmother energy. 9115818 on the clock with the 10 of Swords with the 9 of Cups underneath that. So it's almost as if there's a painful ending, and it's as if we're letting these thoughts fly, or perhaps it's as if all these lost dreams or wishes or all of what really truly upsets us, and all of these relationships lost or treasures lost, it becomes a thought being just like this. Maybe this is what frees us, the 10 of Swords coming to this painful ending. You know, we're dealing with this Knight of Wands in reverse, where there's a detachment. We're detaching from, perhaps we're being too controlling, or perhaps this is telling us to have courage from the inside to deal with this with the 9 of And the 10, it's almost like a rural heart. Like the 9 of Cups is almost the 10, the most. And in reverse, it's the most horrible week. I feel all of our wishes just are gone. But it's as if they're not gone. It's as if they each, maybe one of them is gone because there's 9 here. Oh, no, we gained another one. Okay, because, yeah, we might have lost this or dumped this treasure of these old wishes or whatever this is, right? These 9 feelings, relationships, whatever this is. I always say use your intuition when deciphering the messages. But this is coming to an end, a very sad ending. It's painful tears, And this could even say, like, too much of a good thing can be bad. But it's as if when we release all of these dreams, they each become an actual live thing with wings, a bird. And not only that, but one is extra. It's like we go from 9 to 10, like 9 of these horrible feelings to 10 of these painful ending thoughts, but they get released. It's like nothing is dead and gone. It's just energy being transformed. With the 10 of Swords, I told y'all we cannot make this up. This is some kind of new commitment. Perhaps we're making it with ourselves. This is a new commitment to love or a new commitment in self-love. With the Ace is all about the one, but it could be a new love coming into some kind of new love. And it's almost like teaching us. Maybe it's teaching us how to love or teaching us how to commit to our self-love, a new commitment. It's like step by step. And I heard day by day, getting closer and closer to the sun, to the light, to some kind of truth, to the divine. The Hierophant is this divine coming straight from the Fool to the divine. Straight from the heaven to the earth, some kind of creation. So it's as if we're grounding some kind of spiritual creation through our heart, through this self-love, through this opportunity of new love. And it comes and it comes with that. First, we gotta break the screen a little more and drop everything, It comes with the, we gotta fuck it up. An injustice, a lie, this wicked stepmother, perhaps. It's like we have to know what is a lie and what we don't want, so we can. And maybe this is her. She's being single all this time. She's coming out of being single. Or maybe this is us committing to a new relationship. No longer single. The tables have turned. I say this is a fortunate event. So it's like, okay, it may seem that it's an unfortunate event with all these endings and this sadness and blah, 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 but it brings nothing but newness and happiness and love and self-love and, a good fortune, positive changes. It's asking you to find your strength, to find your confidence, and to detach, to be grateful. What up, Sean Dottie Hottie? How you doing? Can I be your love? Where are you from? I'm from South Philadelphia, channeling the song Let It Go from the movie Frozen. No, I don't want painful endings. Sometimes you have to have painful endings so never to begin them things again. It's like if I wouldn't have been through the pain I went through, if detox wasn't so bad, I'd probably still be on drugs. It's like, nah, but I'm being honest. It's a bitch getting off of that shit. Oh, he just wants to be my love, Leah. It's okay. We all want love. We all need love. Alright, where was I at? Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn. Am I at Capricorn? 9, 10. Capricorn, yes. Capricorn. where our career, our 10th house, let me see. Let's see. I want to be your love. And then, baby girl, yes, please. I need all the love I can get. We all need love. Love is the key. That's why I say God is love. And unity is the key. All right. Capricorn. 10th house of work, career. Capricorn. New moon in Gemini. So there was a seed planted in the subconscious that is now seeing the light, and it is perhaps going to make us wealthy. It's a truth. It's the formula. What was that? An Aries reading that we couldn't figure out. It's the letter that we couldn't figure out in this formula. It's the truth that's finally becoming clear. It's, like I said, it's the letter in the formula that now it all comes together. This is also the card that I say what's, when we do remote viewing, when you do the first ideogram, in that first split second that you do the ideogram is when your subconscious opens up to, so why they say everybody is psychic. We all have a subconscious where our body's telling us this truth, the answer to these formulas, the truth. And perhaps this is what we're doing here at the Two of Pentacles, like what's true, what's not, what fits, what don't, I heard what's here to stay and what's not in 1221, and this is doing a reflection. It's almost like reflecting it, like looking at both sides of each coin perhaps, and looking at some kind of reflection. And then I see in this, it's like you want to look at the dark, you want to look at the good in the darkness or the light in the dark, because this was in the deep subconscious over top this Five of Swords in reverse, meaning that, you know, this is a loss of a mental battle. Both of these fives signify some kind of change or complication. 55 is also master number, and I heard that Gemini reading, like you're becoming a master at walking away. With the Five of Cups in reverse, we're releasing all of these old relationships. We're releasing it all, letting it go. We are finally seeing these bad birds. We're finally seeing the bad birds. It's as if we go, it's as if we're not listening to the negative thoughts anymore. And perhaps they are in our own head or from our, from our own self or from previous relationships. It's as if we're burying it and only taking the positive, only looking at the positive, only looking at this growth. Because now with the Nine of Swords in reverse, the positive thought, it's as if the truth knocked out all of them fucking lies. And it's as if like they can't, they have no wings to fly now, because the truth, it's as if the truth is shining down on all the real birds, and it like shot all the ones down, all the negative ones, all these ones that led us to this loss. It's as if we're finally being grateful for that too. It's like, we're seeing the good in the bad. And this is where we make our money or find some kind of security or come into some kind of commitment. It's as if we're the boss. And it's like he's sitting here and the nights are working for him. He don't even have to work no more. With this, it's like I got the key to the formula. Now that we unlock this, we're set. And perhaps we are making some kind of business out of it. Commitment. Alright, that was Capricorn. That is so Capricorn energy too, right? Alright, Capricorn 11, Aquarius energy. Hold on, I got an itch. Aquarius, 11th house. Us as a community, fairies busting through. Yes, it's simple. We just make things complicated. How do you move mountains? Turn them into molehills. Damn straight. Little by little. You're welcome, love. That's you. Beautiful energy. Chuck Z. I had to make it all a problem bigger than me first, though. I had to make it all a problem bigger than me first. Yup. True that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, y'all. 11211212324. I love it. Great. Alright. Queen of Swords. This is so Aquarius energy. Aquarius. Here we go. Aquarius. This new moon in Gemini. Okay. And I seen it upright, but when I looked down, it was reversed. So perhaps you seeing the truth, or you thought you saw the truth, and when you looked down, it was a lie, or maybe you thought you saw something clear, and then when you really look at it, it's confusing, like Aries, we don't have all the truth. Perhaps this is why the Queen of Swords is coming up, like, hey, let's rise above this and look at this from a logical perspective, adding our intuition, because we're coming from the Ten of Swords, which this is this painful ending. It's almost as if we're all in our head. This in the deep subconscious. Maybe it's not letting me see. Because we have the Sun in reverse with the Devil. It's almost like there's some kind of temptation or toxicity or something, some kind of desire bringing or pulling at our happiness, at our vitality, at our health, at the truth. These are lies and toxic and a real pulling desire of this sun. It's like, I want darkness, so I'm going to pull all the light. It's like a vampire, looking for the shadows. And perhaps this is the shadow side of yourself, which is this inner child. And maybe this is letting it out. The Hangman is seeing it from a different perspective, or seeing this temptation or depression from I heard behind the eyes of the devil. The devil, it's almost like that thing where in the Bible, it's like the Christians and all religions portrayed the devil to be some kind of fucking monster, this bad thing. But if it wasn't for the wisdom, we wouldn't even have the word. So it's almost like, well, I guess that's why God made Jesus the beast. Like, this is what we get. It's for not trusting or not having faith, or it's as if, like, maybe you did that. Maybe you did have faith and you trusted it, and you fell back but it's like you fell on the fucking concrete, or, you know, you fell into a brick wall, and then for this reason, we doubt, or, you know, we take a second thought, like, should I really jump? Like, should I make this foolish decision? With the Fool in reverse, is we're not trusting, we're not having faith, or perhaps we are making a foolish decision. With the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, perhaps this is to shake it up, or to unroot, or to take, it's like, for the past 7 years, 7 days, 7 months, whatever the case may be. And it reminds me of this Saturn energy, where it's creating some kind of wall, or some kind of, like, a top on it. And I see the Queen of Cups lid being topped. And perhaps this is, it's like putting a lid on it. How far does your lid go? And this is about being some kind of leader, or taking the initiative to being the leader. Open it up to the Queen of Wands in reverse. It's as if, like, when you lead yourself, you'll be a better leader. You know, when we love ourselves, like, when we love ourselves more, when we love ourselves more, we raise the bar for other people to love us more, you know what I'm saying? Thank you, Sean Daddy Hattie. Yes, seeing the light. You can't be the sun if you're not down here. We have to get knocked off our high horse to look up at it, rather than turn your back to it. Damn straight. You gotta feel it to heal it. Hit with the truth like the pavement to the face, and that's true. A fall from grace, and this is what has to happen. Sometimes that's exactly what does happen. It hits us just like that. Boom. The truth hurts. Alright, last but not least, these Pisces. The 12th house, this is all about our enemies, our secret, perhaps our secret enemies, our subconscious, our dreams, the mystery, our psychic gifts. Let's see what it is for the 12th house, Pisces energy. Sun and rising for this new moon in Gemini. Happening right now as we speak. Pisces. Last but not least, Pisces with another 9. Alright, we have the 6 and the 8 and the 9. And we have something hidden behind the 9 with the 5. It's stuck in here. Which, this is just out in the cold. And this is this Dorothy energy, where she's like looking for home, and she's just, you know, her house just landed here, and she's like, no place like home, no place like home, looking for the shoes. But here, there's the key here all along. Perhaps he did lose a key, or can't find the key, or perhaps we're so sad, or feel like we're not the key. Well, we are the key. And perhaps the key is breaking free from this self-doubt, from this, you know, this is this 8 of Swords. We're breaking free from this. We're no longer in this mental restriction. Perhaps the Knight of Cups in reverse is right behind her. Perhaps somebody took their love away. They, maybe this is a loss of love. The Knight of Cups in reverse, it's as if, like, I see him just, like, coming as this beautiful white horse, but then he comes, and you think he has this, like, big cup for you, but then he's, like, in your face with a whole bunch of water, and you're like, the fuck? Like, I thought you were going to give me something really pretty, and, you know, I thought those flowers were coming for me. And he's like, nah, you just get a face full of water. Something like this, but it's breaking you free from the self-doubt. Whatever this was, whatever this message is, or it's almost like some kind of bad news about love, or it's like, I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Perhaps this is the way you have to be when it comes to breaking free from this mental restriction. You know, we were in scarcity, we're out in the cold, you know. Now we're breaking free from this with the 9 of Swords in reverse and the Star with the 6 of Swords behind it all. This is really putting our mind over the matter. And this is really telling us, and then I heard, secrets make you sick. You make you sick. You can make you better. It's this whole noetic science thing where we're finally seeing the truth of the seriousness in our thoughts, or the power of the word. And this is really it's attaching the string to some kind of hope, to a dream, to a wish come true. And perhaps we are in the limelight in some kind of, I heard audience, and then I hear them all like clapping, like, yeah, like perhaps they weren't clapping for you here, but they're clapping for you now. With the Six of Swords, it's as if you're being guided by your intuition. I heard logical facts, these thoughts over your emotions, and it's as if the spirit is guiding you to listen to your intuition, that you'll be guided right out of this tsunami and into this. And perhaps we will be in, like, drowned or smothered or perhaps knocked unconscious with the moon. This is under the surface, and it's as if we're falling to some kind of unconsciousness where it's like we're not fully aware. Perhaps this is what this is taking us to, some kind of dream, or I heard nightmare, but it's the subconscious or some kind of secret or the unknown. All that's under the surface with the moon, this could be the fear. And this is saying, like, have no fear. We're being guided by the spirit. You know, have no fear. We can see now. At least you can see. You're so saying, but they keep wearing the mask with me, and I showed up with my real face. So by being me and walking away, I hope I lead by example to walk fiercely without a mask. Yes, that's why I say, taking away the clothes and being naked, that there is no fabrication, that we see straight through the truth. It'll help them work through abandonment issues, because I've always been here and they never put their triggers, control them. Right. Good morning, Ruby. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. I say close ain't no morning good. How are you? Alright. Hello, El Toro. So, I guess I have like a couple more minutes to do some personal questions. I know some people ask some personal questions. Play a game. You guys want to play a game to see who's the first ones to add this? Whoever's the first one to get a reading. You want to do that? But I always check in to give them that validation that I'm saying. Yes, always be available. You don't want to always be available to all people. Alright, what are we doing? We're playing the game. You guys want to play the game? Alright, whoever wants a reading, write this in the comments. Write this in the comments, or this emoji. Star Brothers. Horus, energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. The golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. Star Brothers. So it's as if you're being, like, your inner child or your children, or perhaps you as a child, your gifts are rare, and you knew that, or something, they knew that as a child, and because it's like your gifts were protected from when you were a child. Now there's a door open, and they're offering you to, they're like opening up the door so you can see your gifts. you know, you always had them as a child, but now you're going to be opened up to a new gift because they've been protected ever since you were a kid. All right, so yeah, put that. I'm golden. I'm golden. I'm special something. I'm the golden child. Alright, Ferris starts it off. Anybody who writes I'm golden or golden children, whatever, wins. Wins. You win. We all win. Alright, you got 3 on the table. Let's see, Ferris. Oh, let's see. The Page of Wands in reverse. So you're taking back your wand or taking back. Perhaps you don't know where you're going. It's almost as if we're confused. And it's as if we're confused, leading us to the Hangman, looking at the situation, because this is what confused us. These are the first 3 cards that came out. It's almost as if we didn't want to end something. We experienced some kind of loss where 13, 2, 3, 1, 2, 5, 2, 4, 5, 5. Where it's almost like we were booed, or they didn't like it, or they were jealous and they didn't want to see you in the light. It's as if you lost that ground. Perhaps you lost that ground because you didn't want to end something. We were worried about our dreams or releasing these relationships or something like this. With this, we have the Chariot, King of Swords in reverse, 4 of Wands in reverse, and the 7 of Cups. So the 7 is 7 on the end with the King and the 4 in the middle. So yeah, this separation, perhaps it was a separation from a love or separation from a part of yourself. And I heard the shadow part. It's like explore the green tent, which I see this as our heart chakra. Perhaps we do have to explore that, and we do so with these tambourines or ringing a bell or some kind of music that, like, something that we could shake to. With the King of Swords, it's really, I heard flaws and all. This is really accepting the rawest parts of ourselves, perhaps going deep in this tent. It's like we're exploring the depths of this tent and loving flaws and all, seeing the separation and loving it. Something like this. It's almost like feeling the higher, or seeing the higher perspective of this, and this is bringing us clarity and forward movement. Forward movement. Yeah, it's bringing us clarity. It's almost like this forward movement and all of this separation is what brings this emotion. It's almost like tipping all of these, where we can see where there was it's like where we couldn't see all the way before, now we can all the way see, and it's bringing us a balance. It's as if because we went within, now it's showing on the outside. There's this balance. Perhaps now it's like we don't know which way to go, but this is why our gifts are being shown to us now. It's like, okay, these gifts are going to show us the way, perhaps. We have to be lost in order to be found. So perhaps you're being lost to be found. Yes. Yes. I love it. Yes, I need some onyx. Was that your golden? Ruby, I gave my phone number to a guy. Well, he called me. Alright, Ruby, and then Chuck. He's really thinking of it. Perhaps there's so many other options, and maybe you don't even want him to call you. With the death, maybe this is bringing a death to something and a rebirth to something new. Something is ending. Yes. Communication, non-communication is ending. Or perhaps this is some kind of bad magic or manipulation or lies. Alright, Chuck's Barkley. So you got the Page of Cups, and this is really telling you anything's possible. You're like, oh, when wings have pigs, when pigs could fly, and you're seeing literal pigs fly. It's like anything's possible, and this is the type of attitude we need to have if we don't have it already. With the Five of Wands in reverse with the Queen of Wands, it's like this competition has knocked us off our throne, got us almost like chasing, or perhaps we're surrendering to something going within, no longer involving our energy with theirs or those energies. This is how we come out winning as the Six of Wands. You know, perhaps we're stressed about that. This is in the deep subconscious, something we're unaware of. Perhaps it's all these thoughts, but it's, like I said, it's the truth that knocks out all these negative thoughts. This is some kind of stress and anxiety. With the Judgment, this is really you coming out of ourselves. So we're no more. It's like snapping out of this fear, out of this deep subconscious. We're really rising up. Perhaps we get a second chance, or it's like we're letting that part die. And this is where, like I said, we're winning. We get the Chariot. We get the Six of Wands. And behind that all is the Three of Pentacles, which this is this teamwork. Perhaps we are working together, or you know, we're following the signs. Red light, green light. Perhaps we're playing the game. And it's as if we're doing so. Has the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, which maybe we are like red light, green light. Like really telling people, stop here, go here. Putting out our boundaries. Really looking at all the things that did not work within the last 7 years, 7 months, 7 weeks, whatever the energy is, and really releasing at least 3 of these things, or focusing on the 3 Pentacles, or maybe this is adding some kind of help when it comes to reading or ridding this. You know, some kind of outside help, or perhaps this is making it a game. You know, the Seven of Pentacles is real serious, and this is like, hey, let's make it a game. This is how we're going to win. Let's be creative. Yes, the Knight of Swords, and this is this having a new idea, new innovative idea that's real fast forward, real witty. With the Knight, we're taking action on our passion, and, you know, this is what the Page of Cups is doing. You know, nothing is impossible. Yes, the new earth. Limitless. We're going to be flying in the new earth. We're going to learn wings. Yes, we're alchemizing this. Yes, look. And this is this. It's like all imperfect timing. Perhaps this is our guardian angel telling us, you know, now's the time with the new moon. This is this black moon. We're planting it. We're planting the seed, coming into some kind of action. And this is this divine intervention, bringing us to the Nine of Pentacles. which this is abundance. This is the mini Empress, and she did it all with the spirit, and I heard give thanks to God. And this is this, you know, she's really picking the fruits of her labor with her wisdom. And I see us really like in our comfort zone, decorating and moving things around. Perhaps we're planting big pots. The ceiling has been lifted. The bubble has expanded. Yes. And this is Ten of Cups. When I looked up yesterday, the clouds, the birds were flying way up there. And before it seemed like it was low to the ground. It might have fell. Oh, you're saying before it was like that, now it's not. Well, I swear they're doing something to it. There's definitely some kind of something they're doing with the moon and the sun, perhaps hiding the sun or blocking the sun. With the judgment, it's like they're doing it again. They tried to do it before, or they're failing. They're making a bad judgment. Somebody's making a bad judgment, but look, we're going to be able to see with the Nine of Swords, this comes to an end. And we have the King and the Knight and the Page of Wands, both in reverse. It's like we're downgrading, or we're going from the Knight to the Page. Almost like, not taking some kind of action, or releasing some kind of fire, releasing this. It's like we're in the middle of the woods. Maybe we got some kind of news that put us off track, or some kind of news that made us act, and this action took us off track. But it was like the spirit bringing us away from the chaos, into this temperance, into this healing, you know, away from the tsunami, away from the unknown, so that way we could know, you know, what's really good. The secrets of the universe. I'm so hungry. Yeah, the secrets of the universe. That's why Jesus tells you have no enemies. Because the whole Bible's like, oh, the devil's your enemy, blah, 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 blah. When you find out Jesus is the beast, you'll love the devil. Besides, it's God's most favorite angel. God's most beautiful son. And there's the Trinity. The moon, the full moon was orange when I snapped the photo. It looked like a picture I take during the day. Wow. I went into it believing God was the devil. Well. Well, even the Bible says God creates the good and the evil. He creates all these things. But there has to be an opposition. There had to be an opposition. God didn't want us to, you know, like be like robots and love him. He wanted us to have an opposition, to have a very good other option, and to choose him. Yes. Now I see God in both. Yes. And that is true unity. When we know that, and when we see that, is when that's like the 33rd degree true enlightenment, when they find that out. We're becoming a master fairist. Even God had to accept the devil. Now he be seeing. Mm-hmm. Yup, yup. Yes. Complete harmony. That's why you should really listen to what Jesus says. Don't worship him and really don't have no enemies. Because whether you realize it or not, the devil is your best friend, and who half the world, more than half the world, worships. Alright, one last card. Cards. Alright, so we got the moon behind the King of Wands in the middle with the Seven of Wands. And this is really confidence, courage. You know, and this reminds me of David in the lion's den, you know. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. With this king, you're this leader. We're leading with confidence. We are standing up to all of these adversities, and this is really the forward focus of us. This is like, okay, I see this future vision, and this is holding the future vision of us as the King of Wands. You know, this Master Manifestor, the Seven of Wands, not giving up on our dreams, manifesting them into reality. And really, we're forging into this fear with courage. We're forging into the unknown, looking for truth. We're forging into the depths of the subconscious with this light of fire. You know, we're forging into the depths of the ocean, you know, looking for truth. Looking for what's hidden, what's been disguised, hidden secrets, what's under the surface. And this is this Pluto energy with Pluto retrograde. We're really, you know, it's like everything we're trying to put out coming back at us. But with this transition, it's like everything's changing. This is why the Seven of Wands is like, hold on, let's focus on ourselves and get the confidence from our self-expression, from our, you know, sacral chakra. And this is really knowing, seeing the future, seeing us as this King of Wands. This Master Manifestor, you know, we're going through fire. And it's as if we're leading a whole crowd. Perhaps this is secret. It's like doing it in secret. It's like, you know, you don't want everyone to see your seed. Because, oh, and that's us. I was watching the moon. Her name is actually Moon. And she was explaining that that's just like when you're giving birth to something. You know, when we're giving birth to something, this is like in our pregnancy, when we're in the pregnancy stages, we want to protect it, keep it in a bubble, and really protect it. Like when you have a child, a baby, you're supposed to protect it, you know, and give it all its love, its nutrients, and everything like that. When you expose the baby to outside energies, to ultrasounds especially, it's a whole bunch of radiation. So not only are you exposing it to freaking radiation, but you're exposing it to all this psychic attacks and energies from the outside. So we're really not supposed to do this. Not, and this is not saying about here being actually pregnant. This could be a figuratively speaking. This is really looking at your creation, what you're birthing, your seed that you're creating, and this is really keeping it secret, keeping it hidden, keeping it under the surface, so that way it's protected. You know, nothing formed against you shall prosper. And this is really, you know, when you protect your creation, God will protect you. guess the keys to the Golden Gate. I went without having one for 6 months during COVID. Did it all natural for the most part. No one even knew I was pregnant because I couldn't get a doctor. So I was protected. Yes. I love your profile picture, by the way. Very colorful. Let's see what the Gold Foil Tarot has to say before we hang out real quick. Hey, Miguel. Local world. I'm an earth angel. I love your energy, your readings, and your hair. It's a local world we live in. I would like a message from the divine. Okay, I got you. I don't know why these two popped up, but I'm going to read it. And this looks like a conversation that this queen is having with this page. This could be a mother and this could be a person in a situation. Like I always say, use your intuition when suffering. Maybe this is a suffering. Yeah, because it's a suffering. It's like, oh, this queen is in distraught and really not controlling her emotions. She's off her throne, and perhaps she's not following her intuition. It's because she popped the top off of her cup, and really, I see this like, it's like how I was saying about Pluto energy, how you're trying to throw everything out, but everything's coming back, and this is a time for us to go within to really forgive ourselves, and we're supposed to be lost. We're supposed to be lost to find that what we're looking for outside is really within us. And this is what this is saying. The Hangman upright. And this is like, okay, well, when we do this, we'll be on our feet and see this from a different perspective. Perhaps, and I heard this will fill your cup. All right, let's see, Miguel. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here, y'all. Hit that like button if you resonate with your reading, and if you like to exchange energy with energy, all the information is below. You can hit the thanks button, hit all the buttons. All right, Earth Angel Miguel. A message from the divine. Let's see. Local world. Okay, that's a lot, but I'm going to read it. So there is a connection, and I heard this world and that world. And perhaps it starts with a releasing of a relationship or an emptying, a detoxing, crying tears. And this is all in the deep subconscious. Perhaps we are releasing this from the deep subconscious, and this is on the right hand where 7, and the King of Swords is here, which these 7s are both in reverse. Like we're following the trail, like we figured out. It's like following the paper trail, knowing somebody is deceiving us, knowing somebody took something. It's like we have the evidence, we have the proof. Now we're surrendering. It's like we're perhaps this is like trusting in the facts and in the proof. No longer fighting against this person, or perhaps now that we found this truth, it's like, oh, 6 of them against 1 of us, and this is really telling us to step in to this King of Swords energy where I heard off with your head, and it's as if perhaps it's telling us to detach from these emotions, to really be in this analytical King of Swords energy. Like we're looking at all the facts involved, and another 4. We have both the 7s and both the 4s. So and this is this healing. Perhaps we're cut off from our feelings, being as the King of Swords with this energy here, and both of this, it's as if we're cut off from our feelings. Perhaps we have these empty cups that we're focusing on, this empty or this lost love, that we're not accepting this from the spirit because we are in this like mind over heart type of thing. We're looking at the facts almost like in this like I'm conquering over this, where we were like mind over matter in a sense with the Four of Swords. This is really healing this broken heart. It's like, oh, I'm destined to win. I'm going to conquer, to heal over this. And this is this I really see these 3 cups and then these 3 swords going in these 3 cups. Like, this is really what this King of Swords is telling us, to detach from our emotions and be in this logical, analytical mind. You know, because it's almost as if we're in this energy where it's like these negative thoughts about the past or about going back to the past. It's like we need to cut this off, because this is like a lie. It's like we're lying to ourselves, like, oh, it's not going to be that bad, but it's going to be 10 times worse than ever before. It's like a lie that we're telling ourselves, or perhaps this is some kind of lie from the past. Then we have all of this, but this is all speaking about the choice that we have to make about, are we going to accept the crumbs, or are we going to accept we're worth? It's like going full circle from the ace to the 10. There's some kind of cycle that we are releasing from. You know, it's a new world. Like when the wheels turn, and then there's the Queen of Swords again with this counter partnership. Hey, Maria Garcia. Crazy. Jeru. Hola, señorita. ¿Cómo estás? Estoy bien. ¿Qué lo que hay? Browns are fun to do because of the color. I do my other soft. Just stop me. Oh, that's actual makeup on your face? I thought that was like you took a picture of yourself and like did it like that. I didn't know you actually did it. Miguel says, wow, you're real. You're badass. I love you. I love you so much. It's thanks to God. Give all thanks to God. I love you. I could have went going, but you'll see the sun. It's as if you already do. Hey, Side. Hamatula. Hey. You use eyeshadow for all of it? That's fucking badass. That's badass. Crazy. Who's next? He said, wow, you're real, you're badass. Love it. Alright, I'm gonna hang up. Sad. Ah, that's what's up. Yeah, pink does crack. Lost land, soul memories, and gifts. You done this before. Lost lands. This reminds me of that Knight, the Page of Wands in reverse, like in the Lost Lands. It's almost as if, like, you signed this contract. You signed this contract to deal with everything that we're dealing with now, even the worst of the pains. It might feel like as though we're in a lost lands, but you've been here before. So this is really, truly remembering. And it says if when we remember, we receive a gift. And it's as if the ship's, it's like a floating ship. And this is the motherboard. I don't know why this keeps on coming in or what it means. Maybe we're going to be abducted. Let's ask the tarot, what's this motherboard? I've seen some flip. The 9 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. So real earthy energy with the 6 and 9, 69. So maybe this is this, like, I give, you give, we both give at the same time. That's the 69. And this is where this abundance comes from. This is the message that the Spirit says. So perhaps we're not supposed to be foolish about this. And this is really protecting our energies. You know, 9 standing, you know, in your abundance, we're not letting any snails in here. You know, even if they are taking a little bit, each snail, they could take a little bit, but throughout the whole year, that little bit adds up. Perhaps this is what it's saying, don't be foolish. Let's keep the balance. Let's keep the scales balanced. This is where abundance is found, you know. Being in the solitude is the 9 of Pentacles, really standing our boundaries. Wow, we got the 8 of Pentacles and the King of Cups. So this is really working hard at our emotional maturity. How to stand firm in when we are under pressure. Becoming a master of our heart, or a master, it's like grounding the heart. Grounding these, you know, the master lover. It's like working really hard to be the master at our own heart. You know, this king, he holds this cup and he is in this, you know, he could be in this tsunami and not budge, not moving. And this is like really working really hard at that. You know, this hard work is paying off because it's keeping us balanced and afloat emotionally. It's like all the physical work that we're doing is emotionally keeping us afloat. So I don't know what this Fool is doing in here. So perhaps this is telling us not to be foolish, to use our intuition, to have no fear. Perhaps it's telling us to trust that we are a master, trust our abilities, that our heart will take us to the right abundance. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. I'm so hungry. Ah! Can't make this shit up, y'all. The Queen of Cups. In reverse, I told you have to tap your cup. It's like putting a lid on it. It's like we're protecting our emotions. You know, we're no longer being vulnerable. We're standing up. We're working hard to protect our heart, to stand up, but to still be like this queen, to still give love with love, for love. You know, she's very compassionate and very in touch with all her gifts, especially psychically. It's as if she's doing this, she's turning her back to reality, almost like that. Like I said, it was like grounding your psychic things. It's almost like this. It's like grounding our psychic. It's like the grounding of the high priestess. Like the high priestess is grounding. Perhaps grounding into reality is really making us the ruler of our heart, or something like this. Yeah, it's like making it more interesting. pulling all the ripples I sent out. She still teaches me though. She's gone. My mother wrote that. Oh, let's hear what she wrote. Even in good and bad weather, we choose to coexist together. Aww. 6, 9, that yin yang turning 6 to 9s. Damn straight. And maybe we are doing that. We're turning these gifts that other people give us from charity into our own abundance. That is turning the 6 to the 9. My hair. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. There it is. Mind into matter, yes. And maybe that's what this is. The high priestess is this intuition, is these thoughts, is these feelings, the subconscious. You know, what we feel, what's unseen, the secrets, and we're putting it into solid, into structure, into material, like you said. It's coming into, it's like we're putting in our subconscious into our conscience. Like, we're no longer reading a book about swimming. We're actually in the water swimming. And this is how it's coming into our deep subconscious. It's becoming imprinted. I heard practice makes perfect. Thank you for being you. We're all lucky to have you. Oh, see you tomorrow. Oh, thank you. I'm lucky to have you. If it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be here. Breath underwater, the chariot. Oh, you pull up that. Yeah, and the breath underwater, that reminds me of the reading I just posted about our soul journey, finding our true soul journey. And that was the key. The key had everything to do with that Queen of Cups and this forgiveness. So perhaps take a look at that reading and really resonate with these readings that I just did. Hey, Mohammed. Make sure y'all subscribe. Yes, I will see you all tomorrow. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's like dancing through the tower, laughing through the tower. This will give us strength. Yup, let it go. Become the queen. Yeah, we're not a follower. We're a leader. And we're no longer accepting lies when it comes to love. Right? We're good. We're so connected, Raven. Alright, my bad, right? Yes, we just witnessed it. Pure confirmation. The spirit is so funny, right? What a comical God we got. May I ask for a real read real quick? Muhammad Ali Kawoosh. The Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords with the Three of Cups. So this is like some kind of fucking outside energy. It's like somebody else is, perhaps they are all celebrating. Look at the Three of Pentacles too. Perhaps this is an ending to the group. Well, I always say use your intuition when deciphering the messages, but with this Ten of Swords, this is an ending, a painful ending, and perhaps it has to do with this outside energies. Maybe we're celebrating this ending, but this is like betrayal and backstabbing, and it's almost like these outside energies had to do with it. see. It's like all of these outside energies are causing confusion. It's illusion, delusion, lies. So perhaps this is telling us no more than 3. Perhaps we do have to work in a team, or this team is ending. It's as if we're breaking free from the codependency into the 9 of Pentacles, where this is where our abundance is. When we team up with the spirit and break free from those outside energies, we get this new seed, new soul family. Yes, it's like a new team. A new team. Major hard. It's as if we don't want to be alone, but we're breaking free. In order to break free from these codependencies, we have to be alone. We're never really alone. This love follows us everywhere. Look, again with the 9 of Pentacles, this is your thing. Yes, our ancestors are definitely clapping for us. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe. My daughter is my mother, facts. Right. So pay attention at the work. Pay attention at what we're mastering. Perhaps we are mastering our intuition. Like I said, this is a level up. We're working on this. Oh, my nose is really itching. Maybe we are working on some kind of secrets or signing something secret. Maybe we have a secret job to do, or there's some kind of secret work, you know, behind our back. With this, it's almost like underground work. Maybe this is secret underground work that's being done by this couple. The Queen of Wands in reverse and the Emperor in reverse. And these people are control freaks, are witches, are the government, crooked cops, things like this. So this is definitely a new idea or a call to action. We are being called to act on this injustice, to expose the truth and accept the help from the spirit, because we're breaking these walls down. All of this, what they say is true, religion, government, all that. It's as if we're taking a break from all that, going our own way. And I heard the black sheep, and he gets the heat, but he gets the gift. He gets all the love. I heard God's love. Alright, y'all. Our unhealed trauma dims their light. We force our burdens on them. This is where the poison is, yes. It trickles down to the roots. Yeah, I'm doing that. Breaking child trauma, mother trauma, mother wounds, killing the tree. Yeah, we gotta break it, break the chains. I just did that whole reading. One piece of advice. You're holding on. You're not letting it go. The advice with death in reverse is that death is not even real. It's an illusion that, you know, because nothing really dies, it just transforms, and this is what we're doing to transmute it. We're transmuting something negative into something positive, and that's your piece of advice for today. Let it go. Drop it. Yes, patience. All you gotta do is love unconditionally. Refrain from hurting our own blood. Right. Alright, don't forget to subscribe, y'all. Love you so much. Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. Love y'all. Thank you.